And it's back to Password by Grizz. This is a totally random screen that's come up, but it's perfect as we're taking a break from Dean's route while we wait for his next update. And we're going to start on Roswell's route. And there he is, carrying something. J02A Aqua P something. Well, it's something water anyway, I can tell that much. I know Amicus, but I know some Latin. So if you remember this scene from earlier in Dean's route, this is the point where everything changes. We choose the routes. And this time, rather than picking Dean, who we will go back to, I can't stress that enough. When we have more updates for Dean, we'll be doing more with him. But for now, Dave chooses Roswell. How about you and me, Roswell? Well, as long as you don't think this is going to make things any easier just because I came up with this idea, sure. It'll just be like old times, right, Dave? Wait, what's happened? Dave chose to be with Roswell. Damn, guess I was too slow. Roswell shot me a concerned look, but it lasted for only a moment. Guess my decision to pick him as my partner trumped Dean's apparent choice. Don't worry, big guy, you can partner with me. Dean still didn't look overly keen, but he didn't make any argument about it. Well, that just leaves us. I suppose that works out well. Go team! 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 I can come up with team names if you want. More importantly, have a clue for us, courtesy of Benson. Hold on. Well, if Benson knows where these things are already, why are we going to go looking for them? Maybe he only knows this one. After all, it doesn't make much sense to offer reward for just running an errand, after all. There's also the whole thing about this seemingly lasting us a month. Can't have us finding everything within the first day, right? Well, I guess not. But how far spread are these things supposed to be, right? The Zodiac, right? That's right. I don't know what metal this clue points to, though. Speaking of, what is the clue? Oh, right. Probably in the hedge maze. Nothing but silence followed the clue, a few of us swapping confused looks. That's a fucking lame clue. I kind of agree, that's not really a clue so much as, well, kind of just tells us where to look, right? I was expecting something more poetic. It would have been more appropriate to say something like, hidden deep in the labyrinth of green, there you'll find a golden sheen. Are they even gold? I don't know. Would have just made a better clue than just go check the hedge maze. Hedge maze? You chumps are just going to get lost. We're not going to get lost. Besides, this is just a clue that was given to me. What do you want me to do about it? Well, no point in worrying about it, I guess. If there's a medal somewhere in the maze, I'm sure we'll find it. Just leave finding that medal to me. We all filed out into the backyard. Seemed like we were all, at least for the time being, pumped to have a bit of friendly competition going. Alright, hedge maze. See you guys at the middle, yeah? Without even looking back, Dean entered the maze. Gee, someone's enthusiastic. Ah well, no harm, no foul. Following close behind was Hoss. Good luck. I don't need luck, mazes are easy. Then in went Sal and Orlando. Oh, good luck, Dave. I went to follow Roswell into the maze before realising Tyson was still lingering further back. All good, Ty? Yeah, I'm good. Yes, figured out they could use as much for lead as possible. I also figured I'd do you a solid, that pair wouldn't. I gave Ty a weird look at the mention of Dean. Bear wants on your pants bad, but doesn't do a damn thing to help his case. Could learn to be a gentleman like me. You're hardly a gentleman, Ty. Whatever. Hey, but listen. Clue didn't say anything about the metal being in the middle of the maze. Hey, remember that. Well, I'm going to head back inside. Good luck. And with that, I was alone on the outside of the maze. The path branched before me. I followed the path to my left. This would be easy if there's some sort of sign or clue as to where I was here. The path branched before me again. I followed the path to my right. Yep, still no clues. And it branches. This time Dave followed the path to his left. Yeah, I'm changing things around. It makes it more interesting. This would be easier if there's some sort of sign or clue as to where I was here. The path branched before me. I followed the path to my left. This would be easier if there was some sort of sign or some clue as to where I was here. Yes, it wouldn't be a maze though. After wandering a bit more, I realised I was completely lost. With how this place seemed to branch and meet back up at other paths threw me for a loop. I decided I'd try and backtrack until I was back at the start. Path branched before me. And since we've seen the whole thing and we meet up with Orlando, we find the Aquarius medal in Dean's route. I'm just going to wait for the others here. Eventually we'd all made it out, despite Orlando having to go back in to retrieve a very lost Dean. Oh, shame the bout of fun is over. Sorry, but you can't best me at mazes. As if to prove the point further, Orlando flashed a medallion he'd gotten from the middle of the maze. Or is that the case with any dragon? Well, maybe not all, but it runs in the family, that's for sure. I'm just a little sad that it's over already. Well, we've only found one, still got more to find, right? Seemed like Ty wasn't around. Guess he'd given up early. Well, remind me not to go wandering in there again. Thought I'd never get out. It wasn't that bad, was it? Well, if I'm going back in, I'm bringing climbing gear to scale those walls just in case. Well, I don't think there's another medal in there, so there shouldn't be any need to go in there unless you really wanted to. Alright, cool. Oh, good. So, what now? Well, I was thinking I might go experiment in the kitchen for a bit. Then I'll swim. Well, I'm going to go sort out some gardening stuff then. So we're all going our separate ways for now. I guess I could go read until it's time for dinner, I suppose. What are you planning on doing, Dave? Me? Oh, I don't know. Might go play games or something. I want some company. We could even go over our game plan given we didn't find this one. Let's hang out with Roswell. Great. And so Roswell and I headed off together. We didn't get far though, with Roswell eyeing off the stairs leading down to the basement. What's up? Oh, nothing really, just curious. About? Oh, just a room downstairs. What the password could be and such. Oh, any guesses? Oh, not really. I've been thinking of it on it more and more. I have a notepad upstairs where I brainstorm some ideas. What happened to waiting for the password off Benson? Well, can't really blame me for trying. I'm sure the thought has crossed your mind too. Maybe. Well, before we settle in for games, how about we try cracking that password? Do we have to? Yes. It's like our duty. Besides, this is just like a game, right? You got me there. You head down. I'll just head up to my room real quick and grab that notebook. Don't want me to wait up for you? Honestly, I was hoping you could scope the place out and make sure Tyson wasn't around. Yeah, just in case, you know. Oh, sure. No worries. See you in a bit. Seems though Tyson had been down here at some stage based on the smell. I could smell it when I hit the bottom of the stairs. That musky, sweaty smell must have meant he'd had a serious workout and left without taking a shower. Oh, was still down here. Based on the fact I couldn't hear his grunting or the sound of the gym equipment moving, I figured I was down here by myself. Alrighty, let's see. The room remained, for the most part, unchanged. The device next to the door was still awaiting some form of entry, though I had no idea what it was looking for. Can't hurt to have a try while I wait, right? Not that I had to justify it to anyone else. I wandered over to the keypad. And this is going to be the difference between this route and the next route and Dean's route. We're not going to go through to the bad end and take time back. No one's got that reference yet. I'm disappointed. But what we are going to do is input the correct password now. See, that's it. There was a moment's pause before the LED panel flashed vividly. Suddenly thoughts filled my head. I wasn't sure what I was seeing. Was this a hallucination? Roswell died? The mental image of him face down in the middle of what seemed to be the museum sent a chill down my spine. It looked like he'd been hit on the head by a book. Why? When? Was the museum that dangerous? It couldn't possibly be what the future held. Right? The vault came back into view. It seemed at some point I'd passed out and ended up on the floor. How long was I out for? Ugh. Groggy, but otherwise none the worse for wear. What was left, though, was I had the gut feeling that the museum was dangerous. I figured if trying to find out the password was going to involve premonitions of death, I'd hold off until Roswell showed up. Funnily, it didn't take too long for Roswell to arrive, holding his notebook. Okay, let's see if anything I have works. Think you might have something. Or maybe. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try, right? So we spent the rest of the afternoon going through Roswell's notebook, trying passwords. I figured it was best to keep the password that worked a secret for now. After all, I wasn't sure if it had worked. Even if I did, what could I tell Roswell? I sat back as Roswell tried each one, taking a break between each to tell me where he got the idea for it. With how fast Roswell was in putting the passwords, though, it didn't take him long to turn back, disappointed. Well, that sucks. Were you seriously expecting just tapping onto the password? Well, no, but it would be nice. What about the game? Well, sure, but still. Sure. I'm out of ideas anyway. So I suppose we just weren't meant to open it, huh? Doesn't look like it. The comment hung in the air before Roswell finally broke the silence. Here's an idea. It's a pretty good one if I don't say so myself. Oh yeah? Yeah. The museum upstairs. We could start researching where the other metals could be. Wait, really? Sure. That courtyard where Orlando found the first one was pretty neat. And why would it be there? I guess that's true. Also, we're only given one clue. Wouldn't hurt to see if we can't find something else, right? Do you know what to start looking up? Nope. Let's just wing it. Roswell then forcibly dragged me to the museum. Okay, so there's a whole lot of books and records and stuff here. But of what, though? Why? Well, family that used to live here. Maybe they're just really into documenting their family history? I guess, but isn't a whole, museum kind of overkill? What else would you do if you got that much money, though? Maybe it's just what you do. Take pride in the lineage and stuff. I don't think I'd be doing that if I won the lottery tomorrow. No? What would you do with that sort of money? I think Dave's a kind of sensible hyena, and he's been to school and stuff. It'd be nice to pay off all my school debt for starters. Oh yeah, not a bad start. It's kind of boring, but I think it'd be nice to not have that sort of thing looming over me while I look for a job. I hear you there. Although, I guess I count myself lucky. No debt for me anyway. Wait, really? Did you get away with a scholarship or what? No, I just had it all paid off beforehand. I just prefer doing things that way at least. Wait, so you loaded as well? Not anymore. I just like saving money and spending on worthwhile things. I'm just a living piggy bank. What would you do with that sort of money anyway? Say $1 billion. $1 billion? That's a lot of money. Well, yeah, but it's just an example. But that's a lot of money. Well, whatever, imagine it's less. I think if I had that much money, I'd probably fund medical research. Really? That's very generous. What sort of research, anyway? I don't know. I just like the idea that money is just a large barrier to large leaps in medical science. Just imagine all the scientists and doctors that want to run trials and get bounced back because of money. Sure, but a whole lot get bounced back because of ethics too, right? They'll bribe the medical board. Whoa, that's really intense. Just imagine all the people that could have been saved from diseases we have the vaccines for now because we'd focused on medical research. Who's to say we couldn't cure cancer or things like dementia? There's plenty of things that I'm sure we could cure in time, but just things get in the way, right? Roswell looked off into the distance, eyes glassy. I didn't realise he was so passionate about things like that. As far as I could recall, he was never sick when we were kids outside that one time he got a cold. Did something happen to your family, Roswell? What? I mean, since when have you ever been that hardcore into medicine? It's been something on my mind for the past couple of years, since the last time I got sick, really. I'm not smart enough for the medical field myself, but if I could help, then I totally would. Just, I don't think that there's much street magic could do to assist it, really. Not outside cheering up patients, anyway. But I want to be more proactive than that. Winning the lottery, I think I would help more than I could alone. We shared a few moments of silence while I digested what Roswell had said. You must have gone pretty sick to be all in on supporting the medical field, huh? I guess so. Honestly, it was pretty bad, but I'm here now. Anyway, we should start researching. Remember, that's why we're here. Roswell laughed and hurried off, calling from behind a bookshelf. I think there's some books over there about the family tree, but there might be a book on the house itself. Oh sure, maybe I can find a floor plan or something. And so began the search for information. Red, blue, green. Go with the blue book. I pulled the blue book off the shelf and began to flip through it. It was... well... honestly, it was a goldmine of information for the stuff on display in the room, almost like a catalogue. Somewhere close to the back had the medals, explaining more what they looked like, the metals in them and such. The main thing that stood out was that the collection was gifted to the Hammond family, but didn't say where they currently were. Hammond. There wasn't any information really about the family itself, but at least there was a name. Found anything interesting yet? I took another look at the book before putting it back on the shelf with a sigh. How'd you go? I mean, there's a ton of books to go through. Yeah, it's kind of hard to know where to start, right? Only thing I managed to find out was this place and the Hammond family go together. The Hammond family? Yeah, are they like relatives of yours or something? Are you just assuming that because I'm a bore? I mean, I'm only guessing. Hammond and all. Well, yeah, they seem to be. Racist. But no, as far as I know, no relation. Who knows? Maybe. Well, I mean, how many well-off poor families are there? Honestly, I don't know. I do well enough. I guess the Hammond family did as well. That's if the house is theirs, after all. I mean, that was my assumption. Aside from who owns the place, anything more concrete? But nothing we didn't already know. There are gaps here and there too, but I guess the house might have been renovated after it was originally built. Either that or someone's been maintaining the place really well. Like Benson. As good a butler as he is, even that's a bit overkill for him. At least I think so. So where does that leave us? Well, there's still plenty left to look at, right? No kidding. Let's get back to it then. For the next few hours we pored over the books, and most of it seemed to be the same sort of stuff. There are a lot of other books too, covering a lot of other subjects like ornithology, geology, toxicology, and even hematology. For as much as we looked... still no luck. Any luck on your end? Still nothing. Still a lot of books to go through though. I think I might be at my limit for now. It's just so much, you know? I can respect that. You never were much for the library back home, right? Well, hey, I like to get on the computers. And what, play RuneScape? Hey, I'll have you know that my internet adventures were more sophisticated than that. Really now? Really? Well, I still want to have a look around some more. I'm certain there's something in here. I can feel it. Oh, suit yourself. I might check in later after I have a nap or something. As I turned to leave, suddenly everything I'd seen came flooding back. Blood everywhere. Roswell face down in the middle of the room. That one underlined word he'd left behind. Discovery. Dave, are you okay? You look as white as a ghost, and you sort of just stopped there for a few minutes. Had it really been a couple of minutes? Roswell was still alive, but unless I said something now, chances were it wasn't going to stay that way. We are definitely saving Roswell. It wasn't worth the risk. Roswell! Before I'd realised, I'd almost jumped back towards Roswell and roughly grabbed him in a hug. Ho! I mean, I appreciate the hug, but is everything okay? You can't stay here. Wait, what? What do I say? Should I just flat out tell him he'd die if he stayed here? Question is, would he believe me? I think we have to be truthful with Roswell. Seems like he'd be more accepting, maybe. I looked him dead in the eye. Roswell. What? If you stay here in the museum, at some point someone's going to murder you. Tonight. You can't stay in here. Roswell searched my face for the lie, brow furrowed for a second before looking off to the side, thoughtful. I have a question for you, Dave. Oh, yeah? How bad was it? I blinked. How bad was what? I think I know what's going on, although you should have just told me straight up. Not only that, but I think your delivery needs some work. My delivery? Well, yeah. Honestly, didn't think you'd end up using those tarot cards I got you for your birthday this year. I honestly just sort of like the art. What? Yeah. But telling someone their fortune, gotta work on the delivery. Don't put much stock in it myself. I prefer sleight of hand sort of tricks, but I reckon Hoss might be into it, right? You've lost me. Horoscopes and stuff. Some people are into knowing what the future holds. I tend to, I guess, see what happens. What's the fun in trying to figure out what's going to happen? Takes the magic out of it, you know? I guess. But seriously, you can't stay in here. You're in danger. Sure, I think you're just overreacting. Roswell, I opened the vault. What? Yeah, before you arrived, I looked into the password, I guess. You looked into the password? The door was still locked when I arrived and still wanted another password. Maybe you just think you opened it? Well, either way, I saw you die right here in this room. Do I want to know how? You were looking at a book, I guess. You'd underlined a word in blood or something, and that turned out to be the password that let me know what happened. Look, I know it sounds like a tall tale, but I figure if it did end up happening, I'd feel horrible if I didn't at least try and stop it from happening. Roswell looked at me with a steely gaze for a while before sighing. Okay, I get it. We weren't making much progress here anyway. Maybe taking a break would be for the best. I sighed in relief. Maybe I can go look for some mushrooms or something in the forest. I've got the nose for it at least. Couldn't hurt to try and get something fancy for Orlando to cook with. I'm sure he'd like that. One last thing though. Oh yeah, what's that? What was the password you used anyway? Oh, it was Discovery. It's funny. Funny how? Oh, Discovery, the concept of it. We're looking for medallions, you discovered the password, I'm about to go discover some mushrooms. And that's funny? Well, that's not all. The term also refers to the sharing of crucial testimony and other documents relevant to a trial. You know, so you can weigh up how you should plead. So in a way, you shared your testimony of my fate, and that helped me decide on whether or not I should stay. So you really believe I opened the vault? Full disclosure? Well, not really. But I'd rather not take the risk of dying over it, and you seem invested. Friends trust each other. Right? Right, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going into the forest. Did you need some company? Nah, I should be fine. I've gone mushroom hunting before, not any troubles. Besides, should be fine as long as I'm out of the museum, right? Right. Just don't lock me out. If you run into Benson, just let him know where I've gone. He should leave the door unlocked. I watched as Roswell wandered on past, an amused expression on his face. As long as he didn't return until tomorrow, he should be safe and should now survive to see morning. After spending the rest of the afternoon in my room, I figured I'd go see how dinner was shaping up. Oh, afternoon, Dave. Oh, Hoss, afternoon. Been busy. Sorta. Roswell and I spent a bunch of time looking into the museum for stuff. You know, anything to get an edge on the competition. Oh? You two making a big effort for a reason. That was more Roswell's idea, but did learn a few things. Anything worth sharing? Oh, why? Looking for extra hints of where to find some more stuff. Can you blame me for trying? Well, really there wasn't much to go off. There was nothing in the whole museum. Not really. A bunch of books about the family. A little about some heavy topics. Almost felt like a school library. Sounds right up Roswell's alley for sure. Maybe I should check it out. Never know what might become useful for a future acting role. But I might save that for another night. Probably a good idea. Roswell seemed pretty stuck into looking up stuff. You'd probably need a whole day instead of just an evening to find anything useful with how little we found. Why doesn't that surprise me? Hoss and I wandered into the dining room making small talk. But it seemed the pair of us entered the room at the wrong time. Sal was staring Dean down, but otherwise just grinding his teeth. Dean, meanwhile, looked as though he'd been sprung doing something he shouldn't have. Tyson looked much the same, bored or fed up with something. At least he didn't seem to be the cause of whatever was going on this time. Orlando seemed flustered about something. Food was already on the table, so who knows what exactly had him acting this way. Do I want to know what's going on? Dean can't keep it in his pants again. No, well, sort of. But he didn't really try anything, honest. All I asked was a simple question. Not my fault you guys took it out of context. Context. Sal took 2 steps closer to Dean, and Dean took 2 back. Hey, calm down. Not my fault I was curious. Who else was I going to ask? I looked between Sal and Dean, not really sure where to look, or even where to begin piecing what had happened together. Seemed as though Hoss was in the same boat, both of us looking at one another at a loss. In the next moment, Dean was floored by a sudden punch to the nose from Sal. Dean went stiff on impact, fell back and started groaning and clutching his nose. Whoa. Well, that's happened. Dean was still making a fuss on the floor nearby, holding his nose, and it was clear he was bleeding. I looked to everyone around the table, a mix of shock and unease across those not directly involved. Hoss walked over to Dean and helped him up, dropping him in the closest chair, conveniently far enough from where the others were sitting. What did he do? He was being inappropriate. Enough to just floor him. He was being that inappropriate. I looked over to Dean, groaning and holding his nose, as he seemingly became aware he was no longer on the floor. Maybe just talk it out next time? You're lucky it's hard for Dean to hold a grudge. I don't know many people you get away with just punching in the face. Regardless of the reason. Seemed as though Sal resigned the point, but with him I'd actually saying so, it was hard to know if he wasn't just brushing me off. With the excitement for the most part over, we sat down and began to eat. So, spaghetti. Yeah, I got carried away with my experimentation. I lost track of time. Good thing Sal came and found me. Carbohydrates. Good after a decent swim. Really? I thought it was protein you wanted. Oh, that too. That's why I made meatballs too. Otherwise they'd just been a really basic tomato-based sauce. Neat. So I've been meaning to ask, but didn't think it was all that appropriate given what was going down, but where's Roswell? Assuming Roswell was safe and well. Damn. That's my fault. I was meaning to ask you to leave a window open. Hey, what? He said he's going out to look for mushrooms in the forest. Wait, so he's out in the forest right now? Well, I guess so. No one's seen him this afternoon? Not since the maze and when you two went back inside. Well, I hope he's all right. Well, he'll be fine. He knows this place. I sure hope so. Imagine what would happen if he got hurt. It'd be a problem for sure. I don't think any of us really got trained in proper first aid. If someone to get really hurt, we'd probably need to call emergency services, right? I guess if it's something minor, maybe Sal could help. At least someone seemed conscious of people getting physically harmed. More importantly, someone that's potentially able to help if things were to go wrong. The rest of dinner went without a hitch. We ate, we tidied up and turned in for the night. It didn't take me long to get sorted. One quick shower later and I jumped in bed, feeling my eyelids close of their own accord. I must have been asleep soon after that, because I don't remember really drifting off so much as just passing out. Huh? I was awake again, much earlier than I needed to be. I had been sleeping all right until being woken by something. I listened in the dark, waiting, wondering if what had awoken me would make itself known. Silence. Nothing but silence. Just waiting was stopping me from sleeping, and I was looking around the room in hopes that that'd change. Maybe I'll get a glass of water or something. The house was dark, still. The faint squeak as the door to my room opened was all I could hear, followed by the sound of the same door closing behind me gently. Something was off with just how quiet the place was, as if every room was potentially soundproofed. Hello? Piercing the silence with the sound of footsteps, only a couple at first before they hurried along without a vocal reply. Who's there? I strained my eyes in the dark and saw a silhouette disappear into the dark corners of the level we were on. Then, from out of nowhere, "Hey, you're up late?" "Oh God, Ty, what the hell?" "What the hell yourself? What are you doing wandering around?" Something woke me up." "Something, huh?" "Well, yeah, I thought I heard..." "I'm guessing you didn't hear anything." "Nope. Just out for a wander." "Do you normally stay up this late?" Pretty much. Always been a night person. Must be in my genes." "Is it the moon thing?" "Moon thing? Oh, ha. Don't expect me to go howling anytime soon." "Well, it's not like I haven't heard you howling before." "Bullshit. Dude, once a month, you howl loud. You sure you're not listening in on me getting some?" "I really doubt it." "Well, I'm going back to bed. I don't know about you, but standing out here is getting old." "Yeah, probably for the best." "You sure going to be able to sleep?" "Yeah, I suppose so." "Good, because I'm not tucking you in." "Jerk." "Anyway, night." "Night, Tyson." I watched Tyson disappear into the dark. Maybe it was Benson moving about. Maybe someone was sleepwalking. After hearing Tyson enter his room, I went back to mine. There wasn't anyone else out here to talk to. But even then, I didn't sleep easy. Day 4 is done. So there we go. Next video we'll carry on with Roswell's route in day 6. And don't forget to think about who you'd like to see as the third route we're doing. I'll probably the next video, so I will put up a poll and see who people are interested in. We'll go from there. Until then, bye for now.